Hello friends, and welcome back to the Monopoly board at your Pensacola Savvy Realtor, where we take concepts relating to real estate and specifically home buying and can break them down using these visual representations to help us get a vision to the future. Today we're going to be talking about credit and the importance that it plays in allowing you to buy a home and take a mortgage out on a home. So when you look at renting, pretty simple. Okay, and we're contrasting renting with buying a home. You say, okay, I understand renting, but what about buying a home? What kind of financial responsibility is that going to take from me? Because I know I can afford renting, but I'm not sure about this whole home buying thing. It seems like a huge responsibility. I don't know about that, and that's fair. But what I want to show you guys is that it's not as hard to own a home as you might think, especially if you take the steps now and are responsible with your finances to be able to do that. And one of the huge ways you can do that is through having a credit history and keeping a good credit score. So let's say that you wanted to buy this home because it's for sale. And yes, I did this myself. I obtained a degree recently in exterior birdhouse design. So if you need someone for that, or maybe an elderly friend does, you can message me here. But let's say you wanted to buy this house for $200,000. As we've blown up the Monopoly board to scale a little bit, here's your family unit from last time. And so you're wanting to move into here. Well, you probably don't have $200,000 sitting in your pocket because very few of us do. You're going to need to take a loan from the bank, and so that's Darth and Palps here representing that for us. They are the money masters, and they represent the bank and then the loan officers that will be giving you that loan. So they'll be sliding this over here, but not for nothing. First, they'll want to know that you can pay them back. And then second, they're going to want to collect some interest on it because it's a business venture for them too. And so what they're needing to know is, okay, is this buyer someone who's going to be able to pay me back? Because I'm not just going to give this huge chunk of sum for nothing and then also without surety that I'm going to receive it back from them over a period of 30 years. That's typically what a loan term, a mortgage payment will be is 30 years, a 30-year loan. So let's take in contrast you, the reasonable person who pays their bills and keeps a good credit score, here with Lando Calrissian. He's a gambler. He wastes all kind of money on things like fancy cars like the Mach 5. If you know, you know, and you probably don't because I don't even know how I know. I guess I was just raised that way, saw the old cartoons. But anyway, great cartoon. Go look it up. Speed Racer, Mach 5. Brilliant car, but very expensive. Not great for your credit score because you can't pay for it in cash. And let's say that he's bad with his payments. Terrible credit score. Well, are they going to try and trust him with paying them back for a home? It's the biblical concept of if you're faithful with little, then I'll put you over much. And the bank kind of looks at money that way as far as if you can pay off your credit card, the simple small things, and have a proven track record and history of that, okay, we'll trust you with the bigger thing like a house because we know you'll pay us back. However, if you either aren't responsible with your credit card and you get into credit card debt, or you don't have a credit card history at all, they're not going to know that. They're not going to have a way to. And so one thing is important too. If you don't have a credit card and you're not using a credit card to make payments and build up that credit history, you need to start now. That is very important. That's crucial actually for lots of things. Now, don't get into credit card debt. That's bad. But make sure that you do have a credit history that's reliable so you can build up that good credit card score, which would be about 700 or over. That's a pretty sweet spot to sit for a lot of the loans and will get you either a low down payment or a low interest rate and all these kind of things too, which will help bring down your total monthly payment for that 30-year term. And that is huge. And that actually will help bring your rent payment and your mortgage payment and bring them into a very comparable zone to where even it's possible if your credit is good enough and you get the optimal loan, that's your mortgage payment could be less than your renter payment. Right now in Pensacola, your typical average rent payment is about $1,800 to $2,000 for a single family home. And for a mortgage payment, you can get it below that if you have the right loan officers, one of which is Dave Dixon at Cornerstone Mortgage. Contact him. He's in Pensacola here if you guys are looking to buy. He's a great loan officer and will give you all kinds of information on your guys' possibilities specifically. He's just worked with so many people and he knows the market so good. So contact him. That's his area of expertise. My job is just to act as your guys' fiduciary and kind of advise you. And okay, here's kind of what it might look like as you're walking into this process. Here's what would be a good path to pursue. And so I want to show you guys that here. Now, you may be ready to start taking those next steps to becoming a homeowner now. And if you are, if you want to know your eligibility for loans, where you may stand on these things, direct message me, leave me a comment below, and I want to get with you guys. Because remember, I'm a realtor here in the Pensacola area, and so all of you viewers, if you come to me and you want to buy or sell, you're not just a transaction, you're a relationship that I want to foster and grow. Even if you're not doing business with me, I want to be able to teach you and grow you and send you on that path to homeownership, because that is true awesomeness and financial freedom. I want to help you guys get there. I can put you in contact with Dave Dixon at Cornerstone Mortgage, and he can get you some more exact numbers. He's a great fiduciary, and he'll really give you the best advice as to what you should do. So contact us, and let's get this ball rolling for you, because you can do it.